What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to go over why one local news article outranks 50 reviews in ChatGPT. Now, these aren't just any 50 reviews, these are 50 5-star reviews, and one news article outranks them. So you're probably wondering how, well, why is that the case? And that's what we're going to go over in this video. So starting off, let's go over ChatGPT does not believe you. It believes the internet. It needs proof, because anybody's going to say their business is the best. So your website's just marketing, your reviews are opinions, and media mentions are evidence. So you want evidence in order for AI to rank you above other businesses. Now, PR is AI verification, not branding. That's key to remember here. But let's jump right into this. So how ChatGPT decides to recommend you. It's going to scan up to 15 sources per search. It's going to cross-check third-party validation, and it's going to weigh independence of sources. So the less control you have over a source, the more AI trusts it, because you cannot manipulate a source you don't control. That's key to remember. With reviews, you can bot reviews, you can buy reviews, you can do reviews yourself. But for a media mention, you can't do that yourself. Someone else has to do it that you have no control over what they do. So marketing versus proof. AI treats media mentions like a court testimony. It's sworn, it's independent, and it's permanent. So it's not you saying, we're the best med spa, we're the top rated dentist, we're trusted by thousands. It's not what this is saying. It's saying, named best med spa in Raleigh, featured in City Magazine, local business spotlight. These are all 10 times better than these because it's someone else validating your business for you, which is key for ChatGPT. Now, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, at the moment, 800 million searches per week go out in ChatGPT. So you want to be able to capture those for your business before your competitor does. Now, what's key to do that? Ranking number 1 on ChatGPT. So this is why this is so key. There's 7 steps in total you need to do. There's a video on my channel of all 7, but this is breaking down why media mentions matter so much. So what counts as a media mention? You don't need to be on CNN, thankfully. AI stacks credibility. This is additive, not binary. So examples of high-value mentions are going to be your local newspapers, your city magazines, the best of awards, industry publications, local TV segments, Chamber of Commerce features, press releases picked up by news sites, podcast interviews. These are your ideal media mentions, the highest value ones you can get. Now there's also some medium value ones. These are guest blogs on local sites, charity coverage, business journals, community newsletters, and sponsorship acknowledgments. These are good to have, but I'd say about 3 of these are going to equal 1 of these. Now here's your lower value. These are still helpful because remember, the internet is an archive, so AI is still going to find all of these. It's just you're striving for these high value mentions. So your lowest value is going to be local influencer posts, Facebook group mentions, community calendars. Now you might have mentioned, or you might have seen, these are going to be the easiest, and then it's going to be harder as you go up this column. That's why they weigh more. So this is 1 of these, is 3 of these, which is equal to 5 of these. That's a good way to judge it. Now, why is media mention better than a review? So one article beats 50 reviews. That's how we started this video. A review is subjective, while a media mention is editorial judgment and independent verification. This is key. So a journalist risking their reputation carries more weight than anonymous reviewers, because a journalist is solely based on the stories they bring to the table. They're risking their job with each story they present. They have to capture attention with each story they present. So they're only going to write about qualified stories, and that's how ChatGPT is going to see those stories. That's why it's more qualified than a review. So a lot of businesses out there think, well, I'm not newsworthy. I don't do anything that's breaking news. They wouldn't write a story. And this belief is why you're not ranking number 1 on ChatGPT. Because local news needs content daily. They don't want viral, they want relevant. You just need a usable angle. So local media doesn't chase perfection, it chases consistency. When a lot of people think of the news, they think of stuff that's going on in politics, stuff that's breaking news with finance. But the reality is they're looking for stories daily. A lot of the news is repetitive political segments because it keeps people's attention, because they physically do not have stories to write on. So when you give them those stories, which we're about to jump into, they'll actually write about them. So every business is newsworthy. It's all about finding the correct angle. So story angles that always work. This is the local media story formula. If it helps the community, it helps the algorithm. So give back stories are great. This is free care, charity partnerships, community days. These are all 3 things that you can easily do within your business that's going to get the attention of local media sources, and they're going to want to write about your business. It makes the community look better, and it makes your business look better as well. Expert tips, seasonal advice, safety tips, holiday guidance. These can be anything for your business. So if you're a roofing company, it can be what you should do when hanging Christmas lights on your roof. Maybe that's a seasonal advice. Safety tip, why you should brush your teeth before eating Thanksgiving dinner and after. Any angle like that is going to be attractive to these stories being pushed out because it applies to what's going on in the day-to-day season you're in. So expert tips are great. It also makes you look like the authority figure if you don't have a strong personal brand already. Business milestones. These are anniversaries, expansions, new locations. This is good because people just like knowing what businesses are doing. People are interested. And then human stories, so family-owned, multi-generation, and comeback stories. People love a comeback story. If you have one within your business, you need to not only have one person post about it, you need tons of local media mentions about it. Everyone likes a good comeback story, and it's a great resource for ChatGPT to find you. So best of award strategies, these are the highest ROI PR play. Awards are structured authority signals. So you want to be mentioned inside local magazines, city awards, industry awards, chamber awards, and better business awards. All of these are high authority sources that if you're mentioned the best in, AI is going to see that and recommend you instantly because you're the best in that field. Now, how do you find those awards? You want to look up best of Raleigh, whatever city you're in, best of Los Angeles, best of Dallas, or you want to search roofing awards in North Carolina, in Texas, and California. And then ask Chamber of Commerce. You can call the Chamber of Commerce and ask them what awards they have currently going on, and you can qualify for those. Now, as we're going over this, if this seems like a lot, this is exactly what my company Advera does. We help businesses rank number 1 on ChatGPT, getting local media mentions, getting a ton of reviews, automating the whole process with a done-for-you offer. So if this interests you, but you don't have the time to do it yourself, you can click the link below, work with us, and we're happy to do this for you. But back to the strategy of everything you need to know to get local media mentions for your business to rank number 1 on ChatGPT. So how to pitch local media. Make journalists' lives easy. Just like anything in business or sales, if you make someone's life easy, they're going to take the offer. So you need to provide one clear angle, one paragraph explanation, and offer photos and interviews as proof. So if they have to rewrite it, they won't run it. They want the easiest story they can do. So if you have it where it's easy for them, chances are you're going to be published in that local media mention, if it's a compelling angle. So press releases are permanent AI memory. This is key to remember. Press releases get crawled, archived, and remembered. So you're going to use this for new locations, awards, milestones, new services, community events. These are all things that you want archived on the internet, on AI, so that it knows not only are you qualified, but you're an authoritative source in whatever region you serve. Distribution, local newspapers are always free. Chamber sites, whenever you have an award, they want to cover that. PR log or 24/7 press release, those are good options as well. And then paid if needed. You could do PR web or whatever other service you want to use for that. Now, local organizations are always easy mentions. So you can borrow authority from institutions, especially if you don't have much authority in your region, in your space, in your industry. You want to go to people like the Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary Club, the business associations, your industry groups, alumni networks, neighborhood associations. These are trusted hubs AI already believes. So if you're not an authority figure in your industry, find people who are that AI already believes, like these list of people right here, and go to them. Get them to write a story about you. It's the easiest way to gain authority right out the gate. Now, events and sponsorships. Create mentions instead of chasing them. Sponsor a youth sports team. If you have your business name on a bunch of kids' baseball jerseys, yeah, people are going to see your business all the time. There's also going to be stories written about them. When someone sees a photo of that, even if it's on the sports website, AI is going to see that and see, okay, you're supporting the community. Host free community days. These are good events to get your name out there and show that you're actually giving back to the community. Partner with charities, same thing, and attend festivals. Now, I personally prefer these top three just because they're easier to show that you care about the community than the festivals, but it's still the same idea. So this key is, though, offline actions directly impact your online authority. A lot of people forget that. What you do not on the internet impacts your internet presence. So guest articles, be the expert, not the advisor. These are great, especially for like seasonal advice. So local news columns, industry blogs, community newsletters, parenting blogs, neighborhood guides. You're positioned as knowledge, not promotion. This is if you're a dentist going on and saying, hey, what your kids should do before going to bed to protect their teeth from cavities. You're not selling your business. You're selling knowledge that you already have. And then if they're interested in that knowledge, they're going to go find your business and go to the expert. That's the power of this. And it works for any industry. If you're a roofing company, here's what you should look for before replacing your roof. If you're an insurance company, here's what you should look for in claims before you go with this provider so you're not getting scammed. Whenever you give some sort of knowledge, you are then seen as an expert in your field and people trust you. And the key with AI, and in business in general, but mainly with ranking on AI, is trust. It needs to trust you. The client that you're looking for has to trust you, but if AI is going to rank you, it has to trust you. So maximizing each mention. Turn one mention into 10 signals. So add it to a press page on your website. Link your Google business profile to that article, and vice versa. You can post on your Google business profile. Post the link of the press article. Share it on social media. Every platform you're on, Facebook, Instagram, whatever other platform you're on, TikTok, share this release. Include in your email signatures. So if something comes out that you're the best dentist in whatever city you're in, put that in your email signature. With any industry, the same thing applies. Feature it in newsletters and link back to the original article. Links validate mentions. Mentions validate authority. So the key is that AI picks up on this trend. It sees the link, it goes to the link, it sees you as the authority. That's why it impacts your ranking directly. So how to actually execute this? So how we're going to do this? You have a month-by-month plan. Month one, you're going to research your competitors. What are they doing for local media mentions if they're ranking number one on ChatGPT? So you're going to research and apply for five awards. Now, if you see that the top person ranking got best of whatever their industry is in whatever your city is that you're also serving, try and compete for that award or get another best of award in that same region. Month two, you're going to pitch 3 local stories. Month 3, you're going to publish 1 press release. And month 4, you're going to execute a community event and guest articles. So ongoing, you want 3 to 5 media mentions per year. You want to track everything and set Google alerts for when you're mentioned. Now, why do you want to set an alert? Let's see if I can draw a bell. Okay, this is my little bell. Ring, yeah, that's a great bell, right? But you want to set Google alerts because whenever you're mentioned, you need to post that story on your social media, on your Google business profile. You need to put the link in your email signatures if it's a big story, because then AI is going to pick up on that. It's not only seeing the story on the original source of that press release or article or news segment, it's going to see it in multiple different places, which builds the authority of that article or release. Now, you might see this and be wondering, okay, so how do I pitch these to people? How do I pitch my stories? Well, I already thought about that for you, so here's a pitch email for a featured story. You email a publication site and you say, here's my story idea, and then you put your newsworthy angle. So hi, whatever the reporter's name is, give them your name. I'm John, owner of John's Roofing in Raleigh. I wanted to share a story that might interest your readers, and then 1 paragraph explaining the newsworthy angle. This is on you, but honestly, use ChatGPT and see what are newsworthy angles in this month, in this season, and it's going to come up with it for you. And then say, we'd be happy to provide photos, interviews, or any additional information you need, making their life easy. Let me know if this sounds like a fit for whatever the publication site's name is, and then give a simple email signature. Don't try and put any other articles linked down there. Just make it casual, like you're a human. Now for press release templates, super simple template. For an immediate release, have your business name, and then whatever they did that's newsworthy. Have your city, your state, your date, and then your business name, a leading, whatever industry you're in, provider, and whatever city you're in. Announce today that whatever the news is. Then you're going to give the quote about it and then some education. And then for more information, visit the website. Now the key thing here, you might see tons of variables. So we have a variable here, here, here. There's tons of variables throughout the whole thing, right? Why are these so key? Because AI is going to pick up on all of these. And this goes just like into your website schema that you need to have right to rank on ChatGPT. AI is going to pick up on all of these little hints, all of these variables. It's going to pick up on and mention you and rank you number one if these are all structured correctly. So then your pitch email. This is to write guest articles. So this is offering someone help. So it's a very easy offer. If you tell someone, hey, I'm going to help make your life easier, here's my pitch to you. So you're going to give a guest article offer on how to keep your teeth clean in the holiday season when you're eating a lot of sweets. Hi, John. I noticed Best Dentist in Los Angeles often covers helpful tips for keeping your teeth clean. As a dentist who's been practicing for 10 years in Los Angeles, I'd love to contribute a free article that would help your readers with a specific problem, keeping your teeth clean. Here's my proposed article. Give the headline. The article will cover these 3 benefits, what people are going to learn and take away from it. I've attached a brief bio and can provide the article in whatever format works best for you. Would this be a good fit? Once again, this is offering, hey, I'm going to make your life easier and give your readers something they care about, which will make you look better as the person who posted it. Now, this all goes back to the education thing, because if you write this story, you are now seen as the authority figure in whatever space you're in. People will read it, take the knowledge, and then go to you whenever they need that service. Now, this covered everything on why local media mentions outrank reviews. But if this looks like a lot for your business, once again, my business Advera, advera.app, will be linked down below. We do this for businesses. We know that the opportunity is there. 800 million weekly users are asking AI for recommendations in your industry. The problem is your competitors are getting those recommendations. You're not in the conversation. So every day you wait, potential customers are being sent to your competition permanently. So if you want us to do it all for you, if this seems like a lot, we're happy to do that. If not, go through these guides. I posted other videos about the 7 steps. Look at those, and if you start doing this and get local media mentions, it will outweigh your reviews. And so if you're struggling to compete with your competitors who are already ranking number 1, this is a great way you can capture some of the 800 million people that are searching on ChatGPT per week. Hope this video was helpful. Comment any questions you have down below and hope you enjoyed it.